Hey guys, we're R-Nights. I'm Ray.
Alex.
I'm Gerard.
Julian.
Guys, and we are checking out the documentary of Banner Brothers, We Stand Alone Together, the Men of Easy Company.
Man, I'm excited.
This is the wrap-up, of what this show was, the people who were involved in this show, I guess both maybe the actors, but mostly the men themselves.
Just of
Easy Company.
showing them respect.
So now we're going to hear their stories. So after watching Banner Brothers, this was highly requested by everybody that we should react to this documentary because it complements the show. I don't know about you guys, but I know I mentioned before that I want to do an episode of all of us just talking about what this show meant to us. So I don't want to do much of that now yet until we finish watching this, and then maybe next time we get together we'll sit down and we'll have maybe a video of us discussing what the show was and what we felt going through the show together. Yeah. But with that said, this is on HBO. This is the documentary once again. We Stand Alone Together. The Men of Easy Company. Let's get to it.
And I thought, I'm dead. I'm about to die. And then the next thing I thought of was my mother. And I thought, what's she going to say? Because I was an only child.
Wow, that would be painful.
Wow. Look at that. It's crazy, huh?
This is taking me back. Respect to everybody that was in there, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
Respect to all of them. And their families as well for having to,
have endured, sacrifice themselves.
Yeah.
My name is C. Carwood Lipton.
Hey, boys.
My nickname was Babe. And my mother, she's a little Irish blood.
There's a work ethic that the Pennsylvania Dutch in this particular area are very proud of.
It's our boy.
We were in a store and a guy, he says, the USA is in a war with Japan. And everything just went silent.
Could you imagine if that's how we found out that we were at war?
They didn't have what we have now in terms of information. We pass so fast.
Yeah.
Each man was like a heavyweight champion of the world boxer.
Out of 100%, only 10% made it.
Really?
You had to hang in there. You had to be tough.
Oh, wow.
Had to climb this mountain called Currahee every
morning,
run it up and back. If you couldn't do it, you'd end up in another unit.
I don't think I'd be able to take this amount of training.
Packed our own chutes for the first jump.
Nervous as hell getting on a plane.
You're asking yourself, what the hell am I doing here?
Yeah, I bet. That's got to be nuts.
You're the first person to ever jump out of the plane at that point.
Jump.
It's the weirdest thing ever, bro. If it's weird today, imagine back in the day jumping with a blanket. You'd be the first person too?
There was a bunch of guys out there that already made their jump. And they was all hollering, "You're going to be sorry."
But it was quite a thrill. It was just like going on a roller coaster. You get off and you want to go right in.
You said.
Yeah, that's what I say all the time.
The landing was the hardest part.
Once I got out and the chute opened, I was happy to Lord. Coming down is great. I was small too, and I didn't hurt.
They hit the floor.
Oh, that to hurt.
We made 5 jumps in the 3rd week. Then you were a qualified paratrooper. Got your wings pinned on. Became one of the elite members of the parachute.
That's got to feel good.
The amount of respect you would get from just getting that.
Yeah, no.
And that day that, we got the orders to get in the planes, this is it.
How? Ooh! I'm telling you, bro.
Let's get on it, guys. On our way. It had to be nerve-wracking, like it or not.
We were confident and calm.
I feel like you need that confidence, even if it's a false type. Because all you have to fall back on is what you learned in training and the trust the trust in the capabilities of the people you're going with.
It's a mindset. It's a mindset you're gonna have to put yourself in.
Yeah.
As long as I was in that plane and they were going to get me there safely out of that plane, that's all that I worried about.
Crazy. Oh, crazy.
When I jumped on D-Day, I swore I was going to kill every damn German I came across. And that's why I think they nicknamed me Wild Bill, because I did a lot of killing D-Day.
Wow.
When it went out the door, opened I looked to see if my parachute was open, and you could see tracer bullets burning holes through the parachute.
Oh, wow. The panic seeing that must have been horrendous.
And I was hanging upside down, looking at everything down with my leg in the plane.
Oh, jeez.
And Paul rolled me out. Paul Rogers rolled me out.
I just helped him out. I just picked him up, threw him out, I guess.
Could you imagine just
kind of spraying around in the air? Whoever the machine gunner was down there that was concentrating on me apparently was not a very good shot.
Thank God.
And I slipped a little bit, and my chute fell across the power lines, and I hit that fence and fell into a farmer's garden. And that fence had, I'll never will forget it, it had glass in the top of it and cut me up. It didn't bother me. I was down, and I got down with my gun.
The adrenaline has to be so high you don't feel it.
No, absolutely not.
Worked out for all of us. Later on, we run across somebody who had been killed, and you take his weapon, and that's how you get a weapon.
Wow, that's crazy.
Whereas on the beach, those people coming in on those boats, those Germans had those big guns aimed right at them, you know, and just waiting on them. Oh, they had it tough. They had it tough. I admire every one of them.
Well, so they even admitted that was
oh yeah, after what we just saw, it's crazy.
We thought we knew where every foxhole was in Normandy. We knew where everything was. We knew it cold. But on this one, the Germans had moved in there and camouflaged us so well, we didn't know it was there.
Wow,
12
only
men.
12 men.
And then I saw an arm stuck over that tent and one of those potato masher grenades, you know, with a stick, come over there and I said, well, he's gonna miss me. And that thing fell right down in that trench. And I was trying to scuttle my way out of the way of it and it went off. And I felt like it blew my butt over my head.
He's behind the enemy lines on D-Day. Does he holler help? No. He hollers, I'm sorry, Lieutenant. I'm sorry. I goofed.
I felt like I kind of let him down, but...
My God, it's beautiful when you think of a guy who is that dedicated to his company.
No respect to him. That right there, honestly. The fact that he wasn't going for that.
Hearing is so different than actually seeing what
Than
we
watching
saw.
the show.
It feels more real hearing it rather than seeing it.
It's hearing his emotion about the situation.
Mm-hmm.
That's...
Yeah.
We've been through Normandy. We've been through battle. And maybe if I had been harder, if I'd done a little bit better job, there would have been a couple more men going home.
And I would always stick with you. No matter what, I don't think you would ever find your best out of you. At that point.
As the parachute, we got that done in Edinburgh, Scotland, 1944. Me and Johnny Martin, drunk as a skunk.
Go to Scotland and get a tattoo. We didn't figure we had a chance to come home. Yeah, but we thought, well, hell, the war's just starting, and Christ, we're 50% gone now, so it's a long haul.
Jesus.
I don't know why, but I got right there to where I didn't want to be friendly with replacements coming in because, God, I didn't like seeing them get killed. It just tore me up. I don't know why, but they were the first ones killed.
I do remember him saying that all of that he didn't want to be friendly with them.
Yeah.
But hearing it again, wow.
The most dangerous part about it was the fact that people are continually losing helmets and equipment, and all this equipment's raining down. And if you got hit with this, you're going to be killed or wounded before you get off the drop zone.
Wait, a helmet from up there?
It's like a meteor at that point.
Imagine getting hit by a 20-pound bag, hundreds of feet in the air, just landed.
How happy they were to see you.
And it was hard to even get down the streets because the people were out there swarming all over us trying to congratulate us for being there and all that.
And they hugged you and kissed you, and we didn't mind. You know, naturally, we was young. We didn't mind at all.
And they were really proud to see.
I can see the joy of being under Nazi control for 4 years, and these guys show up to freedom. Of course they were loved. Who knows who got married there?
They could observe any movement we made during the daytime, and at their will, they could shell us, put mortar fire on us when they had a target of opportunity.
Wow.
And I threw my arm up like that and went down. It lit within 3 feet of me or 4.
Oh.
I was bleeding pretty good.
So the doctor that counted the holes in me down at Nijmegen said there was 32.
Jesus. What a miracle to be alive. 32 holes.
You didn't realize at that point that you're only going to be off the line for a few days and you're going to be facing Bastogne.
I really want to hear what they say about this.
Yeah.
Because this was
the one that, like...
This right here.
Yeah.
Most intense I went through right here. Shelling. Couldn't believe it. You had to be here.
We lost Muck and Pentella over on this side. They were killed instantly. Direct hit, 88.
Direct hit right in the hole. Just made mincemeat out of them.
Georgie Ludge come over and he hollered, I can't see nothing of them. There's nothing there. They were all gone, just disintegrated.
Wow, that's crazy.
It must be hard for them to go back there and, relive this.
To me, it brings a lot of memories. The memories of the men, the times, good and bad. A lot of memories.
I think this is probably not even the first time he's coming back there. Probably did it for the documentary, but like you said, it's definitely a hard time when they were there for the first time.
As it worked out, there's some men actually got on the trucks and left for Bastogne and didn't have a rifle.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
That's when Jimmy Fallon showed up with that truck. With that Jeep for when Jimmy Fallon's character.
Yeah, he pulls up.
Germans knew right where we were, and they really gave us a shellacking.
Wow.
We had this assistant squad leader named Mallet. He was from New York City, and I overheard him talking one time. This was in Bastogne. He says, I've been through Normandy, and I went through Holland, and to this day, he says, I haven't got one scratch. He says, I'm afraid when I do get it, I'm really going to get it. And he was right. In this little town of Foy, he got killed. So I don't think he had any premonition of it. He just wondered about it, But I never did wonder. Never give it much thought. You just live from day to day, keep your fingers crossed, and that was it.
Wow. The fact that that's all they had.
It's really like shaking him up talking about
all of them. All of them are shaken up, and it's hurting me to see them going on saying this, talking about this again, and it's well appreciated, but I feel bad that they're having to relive this.
I have the honor to present the Supreme Commander, General Eisenhower. It is a great personal honor to take part in a ceremony that is unique in American history. Never before has a full division been cited by the War Department in the name of the President for gallantry in action. This day marks the beginning of a new tradition in the American Army. With that tradition, therefore, will always be associated the name of the 101st Airborne Division and of Bastogne.
Wow.
We found a warehouse full of gin and vodka and stuff like that. It wasn't much whiskey. Those people don't like whiskey. And we took it all and set up a bar.
Had 7 truckloads of champagne and cognac out of the wine cellars out of the Eagle's Nest.
Yeah.
So we stayed pretty well oiled for a while.
Hey! I had no problem with looting because of the fact that I had come down through Germany and I had seen the Holocaust.
Wow.
And I had seen what the Germans had done to the Jewish race. So that by taking over their homes for a few nights to bed down my men, and if they picked up a few trinkets, I had no problem.
I think we thought that the Germans were probably the evilest people in the world. German soldier was not that way.
A lot of those soldiers, I've thought about this often. That man and I might have been good friends. We might have had a lot in common. We might have liked to fish, he might have liked to hunt. You never know. Under different circumstances, we might have been good friends.
I hear a lot about that when it comes to war documentaries.
I was assigned this major. He presented me this pistol and offered his personal surrender. I accepted. It wasn't until later when he had given me this pistol and I had a chance to look at it carefully that I realized this pistol had never been fired. There was no blood on it. That's the way all wars should end, with an agreement with no blood on it. And I assure you, this pistol has never been fired since I've had it, and it will not be fired.
Wow, the amount of respect he had.
We didn't come home and flout ourselves. I didn't come home and, I was a war hero or anything. I just come home and went back to like we did before we went. Just go to work and live our life.
I think it was difficult for most fellas coming back. They didn't know what they were going to do when they got out. I had no idea.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine what you're thinking. I'll come back home. How do you
after going through all of that,
assimilate to life?
After going through all of that,
Everyone done well. I done well too. Thank God.
Glad to hear that, honestly. Happy to hear that.
The heroes have crosses over their heads. The ones that are buried in the cemeteries. Those are the true heroes, not us. We're just part of the work, that's all. And we thank God we got back alive.
Wow.
How would you like to be a mother or a father whose son never come back? The son and the mother and father are the heroes of the Second World War. Aren't the guys that come home?
Do you remember the letter that Mike Raney wrote me? Do you remember how he ended it? I cherish the memories of a question my grandson asked me the other day. Grandpa, were you a hero in the war? Grandpa said no. But I served in a company of heroes.
Oh, man.
Oh, that was excellent. That was excellent. Wow, guys. Wow. I'm glad we saw that. Like that put everything in perspective.
Yeah.
That put everything in perspective. Hearing it from them, rather than seeing the actors doing, acting it out, having them tell the story. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, if I was at a bar and these guys were talking, I'm not saying a word.
No.
I'm gonna soak it all in. It's like, geez, that was. I'm glad we saw this. I'm glad we saw this. It's definitely amazing that we did see this.
Oof.
This whole journey that we've taken was this show, what these men went through, the men who didn't make it back home. Like you mentioned, the families at home who did not get to see their sons come back home. The civilians who dealt with this. Like we've never lived this. We don't know what this experience is, and we see it on TV, and it's almost where it's, if you don't know any better, you're thinking you're watching a movie. That doesn't happen. This is no way something like this could happen.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, and it did happen. Yeah. People did live through this. I found out that recently, I think somebody put in the comments, only one of them is alive right now. One of those men from
Easy Company.
From Easy Company, who's currently alive.
Yeah, that's Manson.
And who knows what he's thinking? Like, wow, I'm the last one who made it, and it's just us who are living this life, and mostly about these men and sacrifice, and not just the 101st Airborne. As we were watching the Pacific and everything else is on, it was a huge sacrifice. Earlier today, you weren't here for it. Earlier today, we saw a document. It was like an info show we saw on the amount of lives lost and the amount of people who died in this war, and the significance of this war, how it changed a lot.
It really did.
And with those people who passed away, I guess that's why they came home when it started getting busy, and we had a bunch of baby boomers. Yeah. We had to repopulate. Yeah. We had to repopulate. And I really am glad that we've seen this, and it has not been an easy watch. Even watching this, I was hurting for them. When they were choking up, and then the one guy said, I can't, I'm not saying anything else. This is as far as I'm going with the story. And it's been an incredible journey watching this, watching this and watching with you guys, we got to share, our own emotions watching this, and then I feel like I've grown a bit more. You know
what? Watching all of this I'm sure you guys get the same feeling as well, but dude, it makes me appreciate everything I've had in my life. Like my friends that I get to see every single day, my family. Like it's just if you watch this and you don't appreciate what you have, it's I can't really say much about it, but it like he said, there's some people who died. They never saw. And they probably never drove a car, got their license. Kids, family. They
never found
my
love.
age.
They never got to experience those.
Literally my age.
It's crazy.
Never got to fall in love. Never had to live a life like he said. Never got to own a house. Like you said, drive
things
a car.
That are so normal for us, like a day to day. That they never got to experience that. It just makes you appreciate everything you have. That's, oh man, yeah.
Well,
really, man.
I'm excited, and especially if we do take the time to put that video for when we are gonna give our comments.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing that probably next week.
I'm definitely ready for that because I do just like how Alex just ended up mentioning, I do have things to say, and especially about how Bender Brothers. Definitely about the whole show, the whole documentary itself, but definitely the aspects that ended up bringing out of the show ended up bringing out of me.
It moved us,
definitely,
man.
exactly.
It
so
moved
how it moved me, how I ended up gaining more appreciation for the things that I have, and for our troops out there, and the biggest of them all, their families. Honestly, their families. So whenever they said that the big hero, just like how that person was saying, how the heroes were the parents, that their sons, their only child didn't come in. I definitely understood that. I'm ready for that.
Well, okay. Well, guys, if you like what we're doing, what we've been doing, we started the Pacific recently. We'll be putting some more of that very soon. Please, we ask you to subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, leave some comments. Feel free to leave comments on there. Guys, we also have a merch channel. We have a Patreon. If you want to help support us in what we're doing here, guys, if you like our content, please find a way, if you can, to support us. You don't have to, but if you do, that'd be great. Guys, we are R9. I am Ray.
I'm Alex.
I'm Gerard.
I'm Julien.
Guys, we'll see you soon. Take care.
Peace.